for the Diamond Nationals, James. Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland, Missouri. And tonight's starting grid is now making their way out of the pit area on the racetrack. 50 laps in distance, $15,000 on the line to the winner here this evening.
And Ricky Thornton Jr., important for him. Not only he gets that $5,000 from Summit Racing Equipment, but he could go over the $300,000 mark in earnings so far this year through mid-July, just in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Well, here is the starting lineup for tonight's Diamond Nationals presented by Summit Racing Equipment. Your pole sitter out of Evans, Georgia, in the Wells & Sons Motorsports 76, Brandon Overton, and on his outside, out of Chandler, Arizona, the 20 RT is Ricky Thornton Jr.
Former Show Me 100 winner Peyton Looney from Republic, Missouri in car 15, and on the outside, three-time winner of the Diamond Nationals out of Blairsville, Georgia, it's Jonathan Davenport in 49.
Great qualifying effort and great heat race run for the driver out of Centralia, Missouri. Dustin Hodges will go inside row 3. He'll be flanked by the Show Me 100 champ out of Dresden, Ohio. The 99 is Devin Moran.
Chris Simpson second into Lucas Oil MLRA points. He's out of Oxford, Iowa in 32, and Tyler Erb alongside the number 1. Ninth in the series points. He's out of New Waverly, Texas.
Row number 5 will find Milano Oregon's Justin Duty in the 15. In Causeyville, Mississippi, Spencer Hughes in the 11.
Earl Pearson Jr. looking for his first win in the Diamond Nationals in the Lucas Oil 46. He's out of Jacksonville, Florida. And Chad Simpson, he's a three-time and reigning and current points leader for the Lucas Oil MLRA Series. He's out of Mount Vernon, Iowa in car 25.
We move back to row number 7. Here we find the two-time and defending series champ out of Watertown, New York. It's T-Mac Tim McCready, and on his outside, out of Martinsville, Indiana, in the Rocket 1, the New Deal, Hudson O'Neill.
Tyler Bruning looking for that still first win in a National Touring Series. He's out of Decorah, Iowa in the 16. And Logan Martin, two-time Comcam Super Dirt Series champion. He's out of West Plains, Missouri in 36.
Ninth row back on the inside out of Earlham, Iowa, Daniel Hilsebeck in the 22. And on his outside, the four-time ULMS champion out of Centerville, Pennsylvania in the 111. It's Max Blair.
Row 10 will be Dalton Wilson looking for his first win in the Lucas Oil Series. He's out of Fayetteville, North Carolina in the Ratliff 18D. And young up-and-coming driver out of the modified ranks, Ethan Dotson in the Chris Bragg Racing 174. He's out of Bakersfield, California.
Row number 11, the current Rookie of the Year leader for the Lucas Oil MLRA Series. It's Urbana, Missouri's Dylan McCowan in the 8 on his outside. Out of Festus, Missouri, also a regular with the Lucas Oil MLRA Series. It's Jeff Herzog in 11.
Row 12, last year's Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. It's Garrett Alverson now hailing out of Dubuque, Iowa. He's a first provisional night for the series. And Ross Robinson, the driver in car 7 out of Georgetown, Delaware. And your Lucas Oil MLRA points provisional tonight is Trevor Gundaker, the driver out of St. Charles, Missouri in the Reed Millard 14G. Well, Destin, Brandon Overton has been mentioned as not won a race at all since April, okay? But he's not won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race since January the 28th at Golden Isles. He will go to victory lane here tonight in 76.
You pick Brandon Overton. I'm going to go with the driver starting alongside. I think Ricky Thornton Jr. gets redemption from the parts failure here at the Show Me 100, and he wins the Diamond Nationals tonight. Ben Shelton, what say you?
From outside of row 2, the 4 starting spot, he becomes a 4-time champion. Jonathan Davenport gets his 4th victory in the event and his 4th win here at Lucas Oil Speedway this season.
Wheatland, Missouri, up on your feet, as we like to call this one of the prettiest sights in all of racing. This is a tribute to you, the greatest race fans in the world, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Lucas Oil MLRA Series and the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and they're coming at you 4 wide. And the pyro going off in the background, and what little hair I had left just got singed off, and I'm inside an enclosed booth, James. That was wild, man.
What about this Dustin Hodges? He was fast qualifier in Group A here tonight. First full year in a late model. And he spent most of the season running with the Lucas Oil MLRA Series in that car, number 22H. Can he pull the upset here tonight? 16 different winners so far this year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The record is 22 back in 2008. Twice. We're going to 21 different winners, and that was a year ago as well when that occurred. Brandon Overton trying to get back into these 3rd in the series points. Again, coming in tonight, it's Ricky Thornton Jr., Hudson O'Neill, Brandon Overton. 4th right now is Tim McCready. Then it's Jonathan Davenport and Devin Moran, your top 6.
That fireworks display right there would rival a lot of 4th of July celebrations.
That was awesome. Hey, we're still in July. Why not?
Oh,
we-
Use up what you got.
We saw a great one at Deer Creek last week. It's 4th of July every night with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Can't wait for this one. The racing three-row start zone is, again, they come out, they watered the corners, and they worked on it with the rotor lily. Lily, rotor lily, right?
Is that a nursery rhyme?
I guess I just did it. Well, Brandon Overton, of course, started in the month of June, top at Eldora, man. 2 hard hits there. And, of course, he had a great run going here in the Show Me 100 back in the month of May at the Memorial Day weekend. Ended up in the Turn 4 wall down here. And he has struggled since then, but he can turn it around here tonight. How about Peyton Looney, this brand new car that he got from Tony Jackson? I don't know if it's a brand new car.
What was it? New to him.
New
right?
to him.
It's a new to him
right,
car. Yes.
Right.
Former
And
Tony Jackson,
Tony Jackson Jr. car.
And Peyton Looney, of course, knows his way around this racetrack. A former Show Me 100 champ, and there's the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. Chain broke on the droop check, or on the limiter, and that cost him a win in the Show Me 100. He would like nothing more than to get at least a little bit of redemption here this evening.
And again, nearing he's got a very good shot to go over $300,000 in earnings here on July the 15th. And we have got a ton of major big paying races left here this season, including at Eldora Speedway to top it off in the Dirt Track World Championship in October.
Of course, you can't talk about big money and not talk about that driver on your screen. Last year, over $2 million in collective earnings for the driver of the Lance Landers Racing number 49 Superman, Jonathan Davenport, a 3-time Diamond Nationals champion here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Finally got that win in Davenport, Iowa.
Davenport. Back
earlier this week. And again, the last 6 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series races, there have been 6 different winners. Hudson O'Neal comes in tonight, second in the championship points. He has 4 wins with the series this year in the Valvoline Rocket number 1. How about Dustin Hodges? There he is, the 2022H car. Man, he's looked good here. He's fastest qualifier in Group A here tonight. Devin Moran there of the Show Me 100 Devin Moran's been really fast. He was second in Davenport, Iowa, too. Jonathan Davenport earlier this week. There you see Tyler. He's had a good hot rod at Deer Creek and at Davenport, Iowa, but 2 DNFs. He comes in tonight ninth in the series points in that best performance number 1, trying to go to victory lane here tonight at Wheatland for the first time in his career.
And Dustin Hodges, you talked about him just a second ago there. He is in the 22. He doesn't even have that many starts this season, James. As a matter of fact, he's only got 2 top 10 finishes the entire year this year. Wouldn't it be something if he could get a top 10, maybe a top 5?
Does he even have a website?
And the Diamond Nationals, I don't know.
I don't know.
Might be something to find out.
MSR Mafia need to get on that, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Best finish this year actually came, Dustin Hodges ran Fairbury a few weeks ago. Got himself a 6th place finish. It's his best run of the season.
Now, you can run 6th at Fairbury on any night, right? It's pretty impressive, man.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. 50 laps tonight, so it'll be Delaware double file restarts as long as the track stays raceable. There's Mike Striegel, the chief starter here, till 10 or less laps to go, right? Tonight
Yes.
It'll be single file. All lap cars under a caution or red restart on the tail, and they do get courtesy laps for flat tires. Well, buddy, good to have you here tonight at Wheatland. We would seem like we was just here for the Show Me 100. Let's turn them loose here tonight for the Diamond Nationals.
Absolutely. 50 laps, $15,000 on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going green with the Dixie Chopper. Feel the thunder. The end of lap number 1. Oh, trouble down in turns 3 and 4 as we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars piled up. And at the end of lap number 1, Brandon Overton is your leader, but Jeff Herzog, Ross Robinson, Garrett Alberson, and Dalton Wilson collected in a pileup in the middle of turns 3 and 4, and that will put us under the Gorsuch Performance Caution flag for the first time here tonight.
Garrett Alberson, they're already doing a little body work on the side of that 58 car as Ross Robinson will back away. Right now, it looks like everybody should be able to continue with the exception of possibly Dalton Wilson as he very well may need the hook. He's got some heavy damage on the right front of that race car as Jeff Herzog sits sideways in front of him down in turn 4.
So unofficially 1 lap scored, as they had just about everybody except the back half or the back couple cars of the field across the line. Here's a look from the speed cam in the front straightaway. What happened? Contact back there between Herzog and I believe Daniel Hilsebeck in that red 22. And the 11 of Herzog goes around, the others with nowhere to go. And it looks like the 18D of Dalton Wilson going to require the assistance of a wrecker. Now we'll see if his night is done. The helmet has come off, Ben. We'll see if Dalton Wilson is done for the night or if he's just taking the helmet off to maybe catch a breather. I'm not sure. It doesn't look good for the James Ratliff Racing 18D.
No, he's got the helmet off, and again, the right front, a lot of damage. And the way that hood, it might have got into the radiator pot. Well, it sounds like they may have cranked it. Usually don't. No, actually, that'll be Herzog that cranked. I'm going to say that Dalton Wilson is going to have terminal issues on that entry here for tonight. Tough break for that driver. He had to claw his way out of a V main into the main event, and he's got a lot of right front damage.
Right now, he sits currently 7th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series championship points. We did get a lap in. It's the leader plus 3 at the scoring loop here in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. As you see the officials check the car 18D. Again, James Ratliff out of Campbellsville, Kentucky. Jeff Herzog had a flip there. He's got a right front flat tire down, so he'll be headed to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit here shortly for the driver. First race in what? How many weeks, Ben? It's been, what, 2 or 3 weeks since he got this new Capital back together.
Yeah, it was June 2nd was when he got upside down at Tri-City.
Well, it's more than a few weeks, yes.
Yep, and they brand new car said the other car was not salvageable, and they put this one together brand new, and man, he's able to drive away. Dalton Wilson, they're going to push him back, but again, helmet's off. And I got to think his night has come to an early end. He's going to head to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, but I don't think we're going to see the 18 again.
Well, here's a look at a couple drivers in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area right now. Garrett Albertson among the drivers back getting work done to their race car. Albertson in that Roberts Racing number 58. James, you and I talked to him a little earlier this evening, the current track record holder here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Going modified style there in the right front as they cut the flopper off of that car. There's Ross Robinson in the 7 car, as they will check his out. There's his wife, Amanda Whaley Robinson, checking out, make sure the radiator and everything, that they don't have the bumper into the radiator. So 1 lap in the books, Dustin, 49 to go. Brandon Overton will be your leader as Dalton Wilson will head back to the pit area out of this one.
Yeah, tough break again for the driver out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Dalton Wilson, you mentioned, he comes into the event 7th in the series point standings. He was 8th in the final series standings a year ago, still searching for that first win with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
There you see the Festus, Missouri driver, Jeff Herzog in that Capital number 11. As you see Dalton Wilson back there going back to the hot pit area.
And he may just be pushing back into his pit stall. So the hot pits here at Lucas Oil Speedway are just off the racetrack, basically in the staging lane here in Wheatland, Missouri at Lucas Oil Speedway. So when cars pull off the racetrack, they buzz right by where the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area is here at this facility.
So courtesy laps for Herzog. He had a right front flat tire, and there you see the 18D and a tough go with just 1 lap complete for Dalton Wilson. The driver out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, has been solid this year. And he'll regroup and head to Huset's next week. Again, we'll be there on Thursday night, $12K to win, and then Friday heats, and then $53,000 to win in a week. Ben.
Yeah, Dalton Wilson's improved so much this season. He came very close at Fairbury Speedway getting his first Lucas Oil win. He led at Deer Creek in a prelim before mechanical issue. Actually had a flat, knocked him out of the lead. And tonight's not going to be his night either. As lights are out, guys, we're going to come back to the green flag.
So 1 lap scored, 49 laps to go. As a couple of guys still in that Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area. Leave the caution lights on for 1 more lap so that they get their full 2 laps, James. Back there, Brandon Overton will be your race leader on this Delaware double file restart. Ross Robinson, Garrett Albertson, they are going to be able to rejoin the field at the tail. And I believe Jeff Herzog, yep, there he is. Herzog also going to be able to rejoin the field at the tail.
So Brandon Overton again looking for his first series win. He won twice back in January at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and then he committed here at Wheatland to run the entire series for the first time this year, running for that $1 million points fund. Right now sitting 3rd in the championship points. Thornton and Davenport. JD picks the top. Out of turn 4, the Racing Freeways Restart Zone. 1 in the books here in Wheatland, Missouri.
Brandon Overton, the leader in the lap number 1, just ahead of Jonathan Davenport. And now RTJ is going to sidestep JD over in turns 1 and 2. Davenport going to try to get a run back to the outside. They'll go side by side. Devin Moran going to join the battle as well. Off corner number 4, Overton leads. And now Ricky Thornton Jr. up to second. Davenport, though, still trying to get a run on the outside. There's Chris Simpson now rounding out the top 5.
Justin Duty, who's the Todd Steel Building's hard charger at Deer Creek in Minnesota. Making a run side to side briefly out of turn 4. JD has the spot as they enter turn 1. Over to the sled from the green flag. 3 laps in the books. Thornton now will put the pressure on Moran. Those two battle down to the end of the Shelby 100 back here in May. Then it's Chris Simpson, then Duty, Hughes, Looney, Hodges, and Chad Simpson runs 10th.
That's how they run right now. 4 laps going up on the board. And Ricky Thornton, Jonathan Davenport, rather, has closed back in on the 76 of Brandon Overton. Davenport may have the fastest car here in the very early stages of this one. He was 3/10 of a second back of the race leader last time by now. With 5 laps in the books, it's a mere 2/10 of a second for the 76 of Brandon Overton. Now Davenport is going to sneak a nose down to the inside.
Yeah, this track has been racing all night long. Danny Lorden's done a great job. Now Davenport will shoot to the outside at the line. And do we have a change? It's now Jonathan Davenport out in front on lap 6.
By 26 one-thousandths of a second. The 49 goes out front, and he is setting a torrid pace at the front of the field. James is quickly closing in on the back of the field, just a few laps away. Meanwhile, business picking up on the right side of your screen of the battle for the 4th spot. Ricky Thornton Jr. has it. Chris Simpson and Justin Duty both trying to take it away. An outstanding run in the early going for Justin Duty in the 15.
Out of turn 4 now. They will pick up the tail end of the field here as they go into turn number 1. Trevor Gundaker, the last car in lead lap. Everybody's still on the lead lap now as they work out of turn number 2. Working lap 9. Davenport about a 6-7 car length advantage. And that'll close the gap. And Donnie Moran's Devin coming out of turn 4 in the 99 car.
You almost called him Donnie Moran.
9 in the books.
Jonathan Davenport has now picked up the tail end of the field. First car to go 1 lap down is going to be the 14 of Trevor Gundaker. Devin quickly closing in on Brandon Overton in a battle for that 2nd spot. And the lead trio will all get just a little tighter now. Again, as they get to the back of the field, James 10 laps in, 40 laps to go.
And the deficit between 1st and 3rd is about 1.6 seconds. It may get even tighter than that. The first 3 out of turn 4. Davenport, Overton, and Moran. And a good one developing here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Here comes Devin Moran out of turn 2, Dustin.
Devin Moran going to try to get down to the inside of Brandon Overton in a battle for that 2nd spot. Overton quickly closing back in on the 49 of Jonathan Davenport. Look at Devin Moran. Different line. He swung high. Now he's going to try to go low in a battle for 2nd. They both try to get around Trevor Gundaker. Good racing here at Wheatland, Missouri. Brandon Overton in 76. Devin Moran in 99. 13 laps scored. It's still Jonathan Davenport.
Right now they are ahead of Ricky Thornton Jr.'s 4th. And it's still Chris Simpson, Justin Duty, Spencer Hughes, Dustin Hodges, Peyton Luty, Chad Simpson, Hudson O'Neill, and Earl Pearson Jr., top 12 here tonight as they work lap 14 off of turn 4.
14 laps in the books in this one, and Jonathan Davenport. Tell you what, this track is so good. Everyone turning very, very similar lap times, and your race leader Davenport having a hard time trying to work by the back of the field. Now they're almost side by side in front of the race leader. Jeff Herzog in the 11, as well as Dylan McCowan in the 8. Now here comes Brandon Overton in a battle for the lead.
Davenport down low. Brandon Overton is going to try the top. Here comes Moran and the top 3 all together. At turn 3, oh man, Davenport checked up a little bit. Out at turn 4. Man, it looked like Overton was going to get in the back of Davenport. How about this? A dandy at Wheatland, 16 in the record books between Davenport, Overton, and Devin Moran.
Toss a blanket over the lead trio as that last time by less than 6/10 of a second. Separated the top 3 as they all try to work by the 11th of Jeff Herzog right there. Herzog will change his line down to the bottom of the racetrack. Moran will have to go up high to try to tiptoe around the driver out of Festus, Missouri. Davenport out front. Oh man, Moran still can't get by. As Moran now will try to work by the 11 one more time and not let the 76 of Overton out of his crosshairs.
And this is the 50 lapper. We're 7 laps shy of the halfway mark. Davenport, he'll work his way around the top rookie in the Lucas Oil MLRA Series. Dylan McCowan, who was 6th in the Show Me 100. Here comes Overton. Here comes Moran. Thornton is still 4th. Chris Simpson 5th. Good battle back here as about, 4th through 8th all together on the main straightaway. But all eyes on this top 3 battle.
Yeah, still a good battle up front. Again, good battle, like you said, James, from about 5th on back. But An even better battle up front with this lead trio playing a high-speed game of cat and mouse through lap traffic here at the Diamond to Dirt tracks. 20 laps scored, 30 laps to go. Jonathan Davenport's been able to gain a little bit of breathing room over this battle for second now as Devin Moran tries once again to work by the 76 of Brandon Overton.
Say the last month or so, Moran's found a lot of speed at the scoring line. It is still Overton in the second spot. That was close right there as they come out of turn number 2. Now Moran trying to clear Overton. They go side to side down the back straightaway. Davenport has cleared Hilsebeck and still 76 and 99. Remember what happened here in the Show Me 100 as they head down the main straightaway. And Devin Moran's got him cleared that last time around. Look who the fastest car on the track is by 0.3 of a second, DJ.
So that driver right there, the 99 of Devin Moran, as he's going to try to close in now on your race leader, Jonathan Davenport. He's got one lap car between himself and the 76 of Brandon Overton. 27 laps remaining. Moran going to change his line now down in turns 1 and 2. So that's your leader, Jonathan Davenport, on the left side of your screen. Devin Moran on the right side of your screen in second. Third is the 76 of Brandon Overton. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr., the 20 RT in fourth, and he is quickly closed on the back of the field. Halfway home next time by. 25 down, 25 laps remaining. Fifth is Chris Simpson out of Oxford, Iowa in the 32. He's just a little ways back of this battle as Ricky Thornton Jr. looking for redemption here this evening, James.
And they're running too wide in front of your leader, Ross Robinson and Garrett Alverson. The last two on the lead lap. Now Devin Moran is there. Devin Moran will swing to the outside. We are 26 laps into this one. Oh, man, Davenport trying to squeeze between Robinson and Alverson, and he will out of turn 2. Good move. And Devin Moran's going to have to do the same thing. What is he going to do now, Dustin? 27 laps in the books coming up. Moran's got to get around these two. And at opening, how about that? The C's almost parted there. Alverson and Moran. Oh, man. Overton and Thornton trying to catch those two down the back straightaway.
We've got a good one here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Green flag racing other than one caution. 23 laps to go, and look at Ricky Thornton Jr. on the high side trying to pick his way through the field. He just took the third spot away from the 76 of Brandon Overton. Overton going to try to cross him back over down the back straightaway. That's Devin Moran in second, just in front of the 20 RT. Whoa. As he hikes the left front up down in turns 3 and 4. Ricky Thornton Jr. going to split him down the front straightaway.
He's still third, but next time around he may be second. Great battle here as they try to go 3 wide. Moran can't make it stick through the middle. Here comes Overton back on the bottom. Meanwhile, they're letting Davenport get away. He stretched it out over 3 seconds. The advantage right now on this terrific battle for second.
And now Ricky Thornton Jr. in sole possession of the second spot. With 20 laps to go, he will do what he can to erase a 3.3 second advantage for Superman Jonathan Davenport. So it's Davenport out front. RTJ right now in second. Mired in lap traffic. Devin Moran going to cross him over and try to take that second spot back. Brandon Overton in fourth. Spencer Hughes has now worked his way from 10th up inside the top 5.
And we'll talk to the top 5 in Lucas Oil Victory Lane, but right now they're about as straight away ahead as Davenport. These drivers here may be hoping for a caution. We still have 18 to go. Thornton needs to clear Alverson now as he comes out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Whoa, Spencer Hughes went way up top side here. Yes. And brings it back on the track, so he'll lose a spot or 2. Meanwhile, JD still leads at the line. It is still 3.6 seconds for 49.
Yeah, and Thornton was actually quicker that last time by James, as RTJ was actually able to close about 4/10. It was a 4-second advantage for Jonathan Davenport at one time, as it looked like he was giving the field a good old-fashioned spanking out there, but now Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to close in. He's unable to do so. James Davenport puts another 4/10 on a 4-second lead for Jonathan Davenport.
They put a lap here on Tyler Erb. 35 in the books, 15 to go. It's Davenport, Thornton, Moran, Overton, Duty up to 5th. 6th is Chris Simpson, and Spencer Hughes, Chad Simpson, Hudson O'Neill, Earl Pearson Jr. But those guys got to hope for a caution because that may be their only chance to catch 49.
15 laps to go here in the Diamond Nationals presented by Summit Racing Equipment, and this one is all Jonathan Davenport for right now. He had a lead as big as 4 seconds. Meanwhile, Justin Duty has just worked his way inside the top 5. James, an outstanding run for the Oregon native in the 15. And the Gorsuch Performance caution is out as Spencer Hughes has grabbed the wall, and he's got a ton of right side damage on the PCC Motorsports number 11. 37 laps in the books, 13 laps remaining here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. Jonathan Davenport is your race leader. He's had a lead as big as 4 seconds at one time, James, as this caution will erase that and now set us up for a 12-lap dash to the finish, as we had 38 laps scored, James, at that last fully scored lap. So a 12-lap dash to the finish here in the Diamond Nationals.
All lap cars restart on the back. And there you see the damage. He had ran as high as 4th. He literally lost it a couple laps before this caution. And the right rear quarter panel and deck in trouble there on the PCC Motorsports car. So Brandon Overton led the first 5 laps. JD has been in control since. Had a very good battle there for the lead between Davenport, Moran, and Overton. Thornton is now second, I believe, the last scored lap. Thornton was the fastest car on the track. So JD will be up front, and we'll still do Delaware double file restarts because we're 11 laps at the end. If we'd been at lap 40, it'd have been single file. So Thornton will have the pick. That's maybe what those guys needed, Thornton, Moran, and Overton. Justin Duty, you mentioned him. Man, what a show he's put on here tonight in 15.
Yeah, absolutely, as he is running good right now. Again, currently sitting inside the top 5 is the driver of the First Class Septic Don Frank Floor, sponsored at number 15. New race car for Justin Duty. And Ben, you and I talked to him last week. He told you and I just a week ago that he's really starting to get used to this new race car.
Yeah, he debuted that new race car at Deer Creek Speedway, and he has looked strong in it right now, trying to get his first career top 5 in a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series event. And Ricky Thornton Jr., guys, we saw it back at the Show Me 100. He hard charged on Thursday and Friday night. He saved his stuff. Does the 20 RT have some magic here tonight, or is Superman just going to be too much?
Well, we will find out. I'm going to update something I mentioned earlier. I mentioned that there was 38 laps scored. That is incorrect. It is 37, James. We were right on our first assumption. So 37 laps complete, 13 laps to go here in the Diamond Nationals presented by Summit Racing Equipment. As Spencer Hughes still getting that PCC Motorsports number 11 worked on back in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Meanwhile, while that's going on off the racetrack, field now getting in the Delaware double file restart on the racetrack.
As I mentioned, Hughes has ran high as 4th in this race. So Thornton will have the pick. And looks like he's going to pick the top on Overton. Well,
so yes,
according to our timing and scoring, it's Davenport, Thornton, Overton, Moran.
And then Duty.
And then Chris Simpson, Chad Simpson, Earl Pearson Jr., Hudson O'Neill. Hughes was 10th, and Hodges will now go to 10th. So we'll get it figured out here.
And there's damage on the right rear of Dustin Hodges, number 22H. Also getting word that Spencer Hughes' night is done, as they were unable to fix the damage on that PCC Motorsports number 11. So he has gone back to the trailer and called it a night.
We had 21 cars left on the track, now 20 cars. So out of the race, Dalton Wilson, Peyton Looney, Trevor Gundaker, and Logan Martin, and now Spencer Hughes.
So as soon as I get the field realigned, yes,
Overton,
there we got Overton up in the 3rd spot. Devin Moran in 4th. Again, Justin Duty right now rounding out the top 5. So lineup looks good once you get the rest of the field in the Delaware double file restart. Devin Moran going to stop to the attention of Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series officials down here on the inside of the racetrack, or maybe had just stopped. He's going to be reassuming his position here when the field goes by in P4.
He should go on the bottom right beside the 15 of Justin Duty. Tell you, it's not over yet, man. I tell you, it was a heck of a race there for a while, long time between those top 3, and then Davenport's gotten away, but the last completed lap, he was 2.9 seconds. That deficit has been wiped out. So can the 20 RT do Ricky Thornton Jr. things here in the last 13 laps?
Well,
don't ever bet against that guy this year, right?
He is, as he mentioned earlier in one of his interviews, he's been good here lately at Lucas Oil Speedway. But as he told Ben earlier after winning his heat race, that this is a track that really for the first several visits here, he did not run well. He just started kind of taking liking to this place here in the last few races.
And it's July the 15th. He could go over $300,000 here tonight with a strong finish. He's already got $5,000 in his pocket, leading the Summit Racing equipment here at the Diamond Nationals.
And guys, he entered tonight 185 atop the standings. He's already gained 10 tonight by being the All-Star Performance Fast qualifier. A driver right now that really stands to make up major ground in the standings. Jonathan Davenport, 20 points out of fourth behind Tim McCready. That fourth and final spot that locks into the Big River Steel chase for the championship, presented by ARB. McCready struggling right now, rides back at 12.
Absolutely, Ben. Thank you so much. As the caution lights have been turned off, there's the Wheatland Outlaw, Mike Striegel, with the green flag in his hand, to tell him that they will take that flag next time by. Davenport, Thornton, Overton, Moran, Duty, your top five. Ricky Thornton Jr., we thought he was choosing the inside lane, James, but instead he has chosen the outside lane now, knowing that Brandon Overton's the driver beside him on this Delaware double foul restart. Again, 37 scored, 13 to go.
As I mentioned, Overton of the first 5 laps, he's faded back to fourth, but he's back in it now. 13 to go in Wheatland, Missouri at the Racing Heroes restart zone. And here comes Jonathan Davenport, and here comes Thornton and Overton into turn 1.
Side by side for second is Brandon Overton, the 76, Ricky Thornton Jr., the 20 RT. Just like Show Me 100 takes Ricky Thornton Jr., James, a few laps to really get that momentum going up on the very high side of the racetrack. Behind them, an absolute gaggle of cars back there from about fourth on back. We keep it flute, though. This battle for second. Overton on the inside, Ricky Thornton Jr. on the outside. As those two drivers go side by side for second, Jonathan Davenport pulls away in 49.
Chad Simpson up to fifth, the current Lucas Oil MLRA points leader. 3-time and reigning series champion running in fifth. Down the back straightaway, it's Jonathan Davenport by about 6-7 car lengths, 1.1 as he comes out of turn 4. 10 laps to go in the Diamond Nationals. You mentioned Thornton. Can he get it wound up? Don't count this guy out into turn 1. He's down to 1.1 seconds. Here comes a battle for third. Moran now will get around Brandon Overton.
Yeah, Overton seeing how that high line works for Ricky Thornton Jr., thinking that he might be able to do the same thing as the driver of the 20 RT, and instead it may cost him just a little bit of ground as Devin Moran is able to work underneath the driver of the Wells & Sons Motorsports, number 76. The brothers Simpson going at it behind them in a battle for the 5th spot as Chris is now taking it away from brother Chad.
Yeah, this track is nearly perfect here tonight. They can run all over. Thorne trying to get a run down the main straightaway. Hang on, Chad Simpson into the wall. He continues on. Earl Pearson Jr. around him. 8 laps to go. It's 1.5. Davenport has stretched it out. And they're going at it. A gaggle cars back here. Hudson O'Neill, Tyler Bruning into turn 3. Justin Duty right in there. And they are going at it.
And very quietly, Earl Pearson Jr. just drove underneath all of them to move up into the 4th position. So it's EPJ in 6th rather. Chris Simpson in 5th. Brandon Overton is 4th. Devin Moran 3rd. Ricky Thornton Jr. 2nd. He's about a second and a half behind your race leader, Jonathan Davenport. And look at this group of cars back here battling for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th.
3 wide into 1. Oh, hang on. Chad Simpson, Tyler Bruning, Max Blair, Hudson O'Neill. Highly entertaining there. Up front the lead last time around. Now it's up to 2 seconds for the Blairsville, Georgia driver down the back straightaway. Moran pedaling hard, trying to catch the 20-car team for second into turn 3.
And that man's going to catch lap traffic, Jonathan Davenport. As you can see, Dustin Hodges kind of creeping in and out of your screen there. That's the good news if you're the rest of the field. The bad news if you're the rest of the field, there's just 4 laps to go, and it's still nearly a 2-second lead for Jonathan Davenport as we look back on 2nd place, Ricky Thornton Jr. in 3rd place, Devin Moran.
And Davenport cannot get around Dustin Hodges. Let's see, last time around was 1.9. It's going to be less than that. And
as Hodges tried to get off the racetrack, that happened right by the race leader, Jonathan Davenport, and Davenport just lost wholesale ground, James. It was a 1.9-second advantage, and now with 2 laps to go, Ricky Thornton Jr. and Devin Moran are closing in.
White flag next time around. It's 1 second. Here comes Thornton up top. Here comes Devin Moran down the back straightaway. Daniel Hilsebeck, the last car back there, the 22. And they're going to go to the white flag. Do they have time? Here comes Thornton and Moran. Who's going to win the Diamond Nationals? 1 lap to go.
Final time around for your race leader, Jonathan Davenport. It's still a 1-second advantage, but anything can happen in the final lap. Heavy lap traffic in front of your race leader, side by side for second. Through turns 3 and 4, checkered flag in the air. It's going to be Superman Jonathan Davenport getting the win. Second is going to go to Devin Moran. Ricky Thornton Jr. will finish 3rd. Brandon Overton crosses fourth. Chris Simpson will round out the top 5. Lennox Earl Pearson Jr. 6th. Tyler Bruning works his way up to 7th. A good run for him. 8th is Justin Duty. An outstanding effort for Duty. Hudson O'Neill finishes 9th, and Tim McCready unofficially rounds out the top 10 as you take a look at your My Race Pass results here from the Diamond Nationals presented by Summit Racing Equipment.
The deficit at the end, sorry, Dustin, is 1.466 seconds. The 71st career win. Right now it's unofficial. They go to the scales, go to the droop check. I tell you, they made it close, but Devin Moran, he made a run on Thornton on that final lap, but comes home in second.
I tell you what, Jonathan Davenport certainly had to have the hair on the back of his neck standing up there with just a couple laps to go as Dustin Hodges was trying to yield down to the infield, and Davenport was right there in the line of fire as the drivers again have made their way off the racetrack, and I believe we do have an angle of that near miss for Superman Jonathan Davenport. Again, it cost him a full second on the racetrack and enabled Ricky Thornton Jr. and Devin Moran to close in the closing stages of this one.